Hey guys, so welcome back to another video here. So today we have another battle submission from the G20 Cup. So any of you guys who might be wondering what is this G20 Cup? So G20 Cup is a local tournament which was organized by the Pokémon community, and they did not consist of your top meta Pokemons like a Medicham, Gligar, Azumarill. I think Azumarill is a part of the meta. Sableye, Steelix were all not considered as a part of this meta. So we have a battle submission today from Shriram, who's up against Son of Sardal. Both are respected members of the Pogo BLR community here. So let us see how they're gonna go against each other in this mind-blowing best of three battles. So Meganium on the lead versus Lantern. Pretty positive lead for Meganium. And Son of Sardal might be forced to swap into a Vigoroth. So Vigoroth being a very neutral counter for Meganium. But Body Slam is something that you should not sleep upon because it's going to add up time to time. And that is something which you need to. And having Vigoroth on the save swap frees up the Bastiodon in the later endgame. Now they make a good swap on the Skarmory because Body Slam is resisted. Bulldoze is neutral because of the steel typing there on the Skarmory. Now Vigoroth is going to go ahead and throw some Body Slams, which is not very effective, but still it's doing quite a bit of damage, and the counter is taking neutral here on the Skarmory. Now Vigoroth with energy is a lot of pressure to deal with, and it's one of the good switch advantages because in this meta there is no Medicham, and there is not at all a good counter users. Defense form Deoxys is there, but there is not a lot on the team here. So they're gonna go ahead and throw the Sky Attack onto the Vigoroth, and the Vigoroth decides to let it go. And now the Lantern can come back in and have a nice little farm down from the Skarmory, but it comes down to Skarmory. Can it get to a move in time? Let us see that. And I don't think it's gonna. Oh, it makes it with a large HP and a Dream, which is crucial for the Skarmory. Any type of chip damage is absolutely appreciated here. And the Sky Attack is going to come through. A little bit of chip damage, it's okay. Meganium has a lot of loaded energy in the back. So, and it needs to get rid of the Lantern as soon as possible. And the opponent makes a wonderful catch on the Serperior. What a peekaboo was that. Absolutely beautiful, but they still eventually get a shield. I don't know why did Son of Sardal decide to shield up there, because it was not necessary, because Frenzy Plant as well as Earthquake both are resisted on the Superior. Bastiodon is going to come in, and but the Frenzy Plant still does a lot of damage because of the rock typing there on the Bastiodon. Now they need to watch out and have the timing of the charge move properly, because the main advantage is you don't want the Lantern to get a lot of energy from the Bastiodon, one thing, and second thing, you need to have the energy which should be stored on the back end, which will come in handy because Stone Edge deals with a good amount of neutral damage against the Lantern. So they need to try to catch a charge move on the next Frenzy Plant, or try to commit to the farm down here and have a Stone Edge ready to go. So in this situation, I will shield the Bastiodon and commit to the farm down and go for a Stone Edge against the Lantern to force the final shield of the game, and come in with the Meganium and go for a Frenzy Plant. So that will be my whole intentional gameplay, but the Lantern gets to surf in time. Now this is crucial because Lantern, I know it resists the grass type moves, but the thing here is they still have a shield, and Thunderbolt can knock out the Meganium from this range. So that is something that Shriram should have in his mind. And hope that the Frenzy Plant comes through. Let us see what's going to happen. This is a very tight end game here because Son of Sardal is absolutely playing it well. Thunderbolt is not enough to KO. Oh, it was enough to KO, as I told you. And this is the worst mistake. Flamethrower is completely resisted. Why the hell do you want to go for a Flamethrower when you have the Stone Edge ready to go? Stone Edge would have one shot at the Lantern from this range. Oh no. I think the pressure got the best of him, I guess, because Stone Edge would have easily sealed him the game. So now the Lantern is going to go ahead and throw a Surf and take the Bastiodon out. I think Shriram had a win con of throwing the Stone Edge, but accidentally, I guess, he threw the Flamethrower onto the Lantern, and that was completely resisted because of the water typing there. So hopefully we see Shriram bouncing back here once again on the second battle here. So it's a best of three battle. Meganium once again on the lead, but this time the Son of Sardal chooses to go with the Vigoroth as a lead because Meganium is the hardest counter for his backline. especially when he has a lantern in the back. So Meganium starts to no shielding the body slams here, but my call is going with a frenzy plant. But you can't even come in with the Skarmory pretty straight, because if you come in with the Skarmory, Lantern is gonna lock that thing, and I think they still have the Serperior, which Bastidion will not have a good time, because Serperior can get to those in pretty quick time. They'll land the Earthquake, which is boom. Okay, Earthquake deals with a lot of respected damage. If I was the Meganium, I will shield this because I want this energy for the back end, but they decide to let it go. Now, Lantern is free in the back. Let us see what's gonna happen. If there is Lantern in this game, I think Lantern is gonna have a very hard time. So they're gonna come in with a Bastiodon. You see they're clicking on the screen. So Bastiodon is gonna come in. Sparks still hit for neutral damages in this situation because it got a buff this season. So Lantern is gonna go ahead and throw the Surf onto the Bastiodon. The worst thing about Bastiodon is that it gets a charge move pretty late. By the time it will get to a Stone Edge, Lantern would have already got to almost 2 Surfs, which is not a good thing. But once again, Bastiodon is a really nice Pokemon to have on your roster. Stone Edge. See, that's what I told you. So Stone Edge, if it had landed in the last game, he would have easily won that game. But it's okay. Everybody make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And from that, we learn. That's the main importance of the game. So Frenzy Plant is going to still do a neutral damage here. So I think waiting for the Switch Lock here and have the energy for the Lantern and swapping into the Skarmory will be the gameplay, which will be nice. But they're going for a Flamethrower, which is absolutely fine as well, because Flamethrower is land for a lot of super effective damage. Not enough to threaten the Serperior to knock out, but still it does a lot of damage and eventually gets the first shield of the game, which is something which they need. So now Skarmory should not throw any type of energy here. Just commit to the hard farm down, throw a Brave Bird or a Sky Attack onto the Lantern, which will help the Bastidion in the later endgame because every chip damage will count. So Frenzy Plant, Aerial Ace, both are resisted because of the Steel Flying typing there on the Skarmory. Skarmory used to be the top meta once in 2021, 2022, but due to the rise of the Lanterns or the Noctowl, especially in the last season, I guess it got pretty outshined by those things. So now the Sky Attack is going to come through onto the Lantern here, and it gets the shield, which is absolutely perfect. And now I think should have gone for the back-to-back Sky Attack, but don't worry, they still have a shield. I think going for a Brave Bird. Brave Bird is still resisted, but it's going to still knock out the not the Skarmory, the Lantern from this range. So Brave Bird is coming through. Excuse me for that. And Brave Bird is going to land, and the Bastidion is going to come in and commit to the farm down. I think the Son of Serdal even knows that, because there is not a lot that he can do in this situation. So really good game today. Bastidion still survives, but still it goes down, unfortunately. So, and one Air Slash is enough to take the Serperior down. I guess in this game, Shriram did absolutely well, and giving the shields to Bastidion and Skarmory paid him off in the end. So let's see what's going to happen in the final tiebreaker game. Meganium on the lead versus Skeledirge. Oh my god. This is a Hail Mary lead now. And he needs to swap out instantly onto the Bastidion. And they swap out a Vigoroth. Oh no, this is double hot counter. Skeledirge onto the Vigoroth. So much. Oh my god. Now Bastidion is going to get quickly farmed down by this Vigoroth, because it's going to do its thing. Counter is going to add up. And hopefully if Bastiodon gets to another move in time, if they don't throw the Bulldoze, I guess it can have a good, pretty end game. Because now they need switch advantage. Because Meganium can't face a Skeledirge. And even Skarmory is weak to Skeledirge as well. Incinerates do a lot because of the steel typing and the flying typing there. And they're deciding to let the Bastidion go through. I think it's another Body Slam. It can survive another Body Slam. But I think, okay, they're going for another because they know because they need the switch advantage here. And at the same time, Bastidion is the hardest counter for the Skeledirge comparing to this team. And now Skeledirge, I think it's going to have a field day here. So they're going to come in with the Skarmory, but the main thing is how you're going to deal with the Skeledirge. It has such a good moveset. Incinerate, Disarming Voice, and Shadow Ball. I think giving a ghost type Pokemon a fairy move is really hard, and they have a lantern as well. So if they swap into the Meganium, the Skeletor is gonna come through, but it's a really nice catch. I guess should be a Thunderbolt or a Surf, both are resisted. It's a really nice catch, but now is the thing. If the Skeletor tries to decides to come in, which it does, and look at this Incinerate. It's actually adding up. And this is where you should start giving up shields because you need to land that Earthquake at any cost. And they are letting it through. Disarming Voice is not enough to knock out the Meganium, but they need to get to the Earthquake as soon as possible before the Incinerate comes through. They do get to that in time. Does the opponent respect it is the only question now. Because the Earthquake is going to come through and they decide to give a shield. Unfortunately now, the room of winning for Shriram is quietly closing because the Skeletor is absolutely hard walling this team and Incinerates are adding up, and there is not a lot that this Skarmory can do in this situation, unfortunately, because it can't take the Lantern on. Lantern, it's just too much to ask from a Skarmory to take down Fire Crocodile and the Dolphin in the back. So I think Son of Sardal absolutely made a really good statement and made a really good comeback after that second loss. And Skeletor here, as I told you, it's gonna have a field day. It just did really well. That's it. So kudos to him, kudos to Son of Sardal, and well played, Sriram. At the same time, so you can see his team. So and he's gonna go ahead and submit the scores, which is fine. And hopefully we have another battle up coming up soon. So love you all and take care, and I'll see you in the next video.